What's up, everybody? Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. A question that I get asked a lot is why a double backer is my favorite gaff card. Every time I review a deck and it has a double backer, I always say it's my favorite. Why is it my favorite? There are a couple of reasons, but ultimately I think it's the most usable, especially given the types of effects that I like to do with card magic. I think double backers are the best because they are a little bit more discreet. You can do a lot of different types of controls with them. Ultimately, it's just handy to have. So today I'm gonna show you guys a trick that I do all the time. It's a completely beginner ambitious card routine. It uses a gaff card and an extra card. It's 3 phases, which I think is perfect. And with the right pattern and you dress it up enough, the reactions you're gonna get are gonna be incredible. So without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
All right, so we are gonna take a look at a 3-phase ambitious card routine that I use all the time. Before we get started, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you aren't already. And let's learn a magic trick. All right, now the ambitious card is a routine that every magician does. It's something that every magician should know how to do. And also, most importantly, it's something that every magician has their own take on, or their own spin. There's a million different ideas you can do with an ambitious card routine. This is one that I use all the time as kind of just a simple way to get people's attention. It's definitely a good opener if you're performing, and as well, it gets insane reactions. So real quick for this example, I am gonna be using the Rockets playing cards by Illusionist. All right, now first I'm gonna show you what this looks like, and then we will go ahead and break it down. So we can shuffle the cards if we want to. We don't have to, but we can. Start with a shuffle, and then I'm going to spread through the deck and have the spectator just touch the back of any card. They're not going to pull one out, but let's say that they touch the back of this one, okay? Now at this point, they could have touched the back of any card. Make sure they don't feel like you force them to pick that one, whatever you want. Let's take a look at what it is. It is the 9 of spades. Okay, so we're going to take the 9 of spades. Now the trick is going to begin. We're going to put it into the middle. You can have them push it in, doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to hand the spectator the deck. They're holding it. I'm going to have them snap their fingers or make some kind of magical gesture, and they'll see that the 9 of spades has actually come to the top. So I'm going to have them turn over the top card. They'll see that it's their card. Now I'm going to take back the card and the deck. Okay, and this time we're going to go a little bit slower. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it about halfway down. And now I'm going to try it. So I'll snap my fingers. And we didn't quite get it. We got the 6 of spades. So now I'm going to hand the deck back to them. They'll snap their fingers, and again, they're gonna get the 9 of spades. That's phase 2, so now I'm gonna have them put the 9 of spades back into the center themselves, and I'm gonna have them as hard as they can snap their fingers over the deck. And when they do that, they get, it's a 6 of spades again. It might have went too far, you know what? Yep. They snapped so hard they got it into my pocket. All right, so as most of you could probably guess, the trick requires minimal sleight of hand. It only requires a few things that you're gonna need to know, and then it requires a couple of gaffes, okay? So first thing that you're gonna need is a duplicate card. So in this case, it was a duplicate 9 of spades. I put it in my pocket. What you can do beforehand is you can put it in any impossible location. If you're quick enough or smooth enough, you can put it in a spectator's pocket or in their purse or whatever you want. Sometimes you'll put it under their drink. Doesn't really matter, but you're gonna put it somewhere that you're gonna reveal in the 3rd phase. Next thing you're gonna need is a double backer. So it's also really good for controlling a card or keeping a card on the top without having to do much sleight of hand. So makes things a little bit easier. So here's what the setup is gonna look like. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your duplicate card, you're gonna put it somewhere like in your pocket, okay? Then you're gonna take the other 9 of spades, you're gonna put that on the top, and underneath it is gonna be your double backer. So here's the deck, you're gonna put the double backer, then your 9 of spades, and you'll have the dupe in your pocket. There's your setup. So now all you need is a mixture of patter and a little bit of sleight of hand. So what I did was I shuffled the cards, and all I did was retain the top couple of cards. You don't wanna do it too thick, like you don't wanna do that. It's too obvious, but you just want to make sure that you catch like the last 3, 4, or 5 cards on the top so that it doesn't disturb the order of the top cards. Now you're going to have the spectator touch the back of a card. This is important because You don't want them to reach in and take out a card, because if they do that, the odds are they're going to look at what the card is. And you don't want that because you're forcing the 9, right? So you're just going to have them touch the back. Once they touch the back of a card, don't let them see it. Just kind of just casually pull it out. And then while you're talking, drop it on the top, okay? So it doesn't matter what card they touch the 3 diamonds, doesn't matter. While you're talking, you're just going to kind of drop it on the top. Insert some patter, like you could have touched the back of any card. You don't feel like I forced you. They'll say no. Now what you're going to do is, the situation that you're in is the card that they touched, this card, doesn't matter what it is on top of the 9 of spades. So what you're going to do is square up the deck, and you're going to do a double lift. You can use the pinky count if you want. I always just do the push off, but you'll say, okay, so let's take a look at what the card is. You'll do your double lift. It's the 9 of spades, okay? So now, as far as they're concerned, this is the card that they freely selected, okay? So now you're going to put it in the middle, but really you're putting whatever card they selected in the middle. At this point, you can do the revelation, or you can have them do it. So what I do is I give them the deck. Now that the card has been placed in the middle, the 9 of spades is back on top. So I'll give them the deck, and I'll have them snap their fingers and check out the card. Now that creates a magical moment for them, obviously, because it happens in their hands, okay? So once you've done that, they're going to be a little bit amazed, but there's still 2 phases to go. So you'll take the card back. You'll tell them, oh, great job, or whatever you want. You'll take the card back face up on top of the deck, okay? Now we're going to employ the use of the double backer that we have, which was right under the 9, if you remember. So now we're going to do another double lift. We're just going to do a push off, and we're going to grab that double backer and the 9 of spades, turn it over, now putting the double backer on top. So now you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to put it in the middle. You can have them push it in. Now what I did in the performance of the trick was I tried, so I said, okay, so now I'm going to try. I snapped my fingers, and then I did a third double lift to show that I had the wrong card. Oh, it's a joker, not your card. Then I hand it to them, have them do it, and again, they're going to get that 9 of spades because this has been on top the whole time. It hasn't moved from its position. All we've really done is put other cards on top of it. So 9 of spades is still on top. They're going to take it. They'll snap their fingers and check it out. It's amazing. At this point, it's impossible, right? Because they've seen the card go into the middle a couple of times. They've seen that it wasn't the top card. Because when I snapped my fingers and tried it, it was the joker. So now you hand it to them without doing anything, and they're going to be like, wow, I don't get it. I just don't understand. And that's the position you want to be in, okay, for phase 2. So now you've taken it from impressive to impossible, and now we want to just make it completely astonishing, okay? Now, the easiest way to do that is to now give them the 9 of spades and say, look, I'm not kidding. Just put it anywhere you want in the middle. Let them put it in. Let them push it in. Square up the deck, whatever you want, okay? Then you're going to give them the deck again, or you're just going to hold it out and say, okay, so now it's important. We've done this enough times. I need you to snap your fingers as hard as you possibly can. Really, really make that card rise at the top. And they're going to, get them to snap. At that point, if they snap hard enough, what I would do, since the card would be, ideally in my pocket, is I would just kind of flinch a little bit or take a step back. Whatever you want, really. But then, have them take a look at the top card. Oh, it's the joker. It's not going to be it. Then you can say, hold on, I think I felt something. And if the card was already in your pocket, you can pull it out. This is your duplicate. And at that point, they've seen 3 phases of the ambitious card. It doesn't make any sense to them. They're not going to be able to piece it together in their minds. And you look like an expert. So, yeah, there you go. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial on a 3-phase ambitious card trick that I do all the time. Coming up, I am going to do another tutorial for one of my favorite color changes. And I'm going to review a deck. So that's going to be for my sponsor. When that happens, I'll post a video and let you guys know where you can find it. There you go. That trick is super easy. I've been doing it for probably 10 years. It's extremely, extremely effective. All it really takes is a little bit of crowd management. You definitely want to make sure that you manage your angles as far as putting the card in the center of the deck. I always say rehearse your pattern beforehand. You can get some really astonishing effects, and that just goes to show you, I think that the most important thing is the simple stuff. So advice that I would give you if you're a new magician, or if you're not a new magician and you're just looking for some advice. When I perform magic, like at a gig, I stick to the basic stuff that kills and that I know is gonna work. Thing is, you wanna do what's reliable, so don't underestimate the stuff that is simple, because the simple stuff is the stuff that fools you and got you into magic anyway. And that's really the idea, I think. So unless you're trying to fool a magician, you can stick to the basic stuff and really, really practice it and nail it and count on a great reaction. Well, I hope that inspired all of you to get out there and practice. If you don't already know that trick, now you do. And if you practice it on camera, film it, put it on YouTube or your Instagram, tag me in it. I would love to see what it looks like for everybody. Well, that's gonna do it for today's episode. I really hope you all enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making it. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. I know I will. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.